And the only one that came up here was one who'd already been halfway through the process before she came up. Any ideas why? Because I do not want their conscious mind to have any idea when I'm starting. Because as soon as I start, the defenses go up and go, oh, yep, it's my pain. I'm going to hold on to it, work like this, because I have had this for years. You're going to have to work to get rid of this one. Right? Alrighty, folks. So, interesting stuff, yes? Now, I'd like to impress something upon you in terms of what you're doing here. Do you notice how most of the mannerisms we do are very casual, like focus on the pain, half of it, same half, just discard one of them, do whatever, and focus on this one here. It's a very casual instruction. Whilst attention goes to the half that they're quote-unquote keeping, the unconscious mind is free to act on the suggestion with the other half, because they're no longer putting the attention on it in a way that holds it. Have any of you wondered why I haven't invited my pain control subject to come up here to do the demo on? You notice how it's always done in the chair? And the only one that came up here was one who'd already been halfway through the process before she came up. Any ideas why? Because I do not want their conscious mind to have any idea when I'm starting. Because as soon as I start, the defenses go up and go, oh, yep, it's my pain. I'm going to hold on to it, work like this, because I have had this for years. You're going to have to work to get rid of this one. Right? I want to catch them unawares. As soon as they sit up here, they know it's going to happen. Can I work like that? Of course I can. But it makes my life a lot harder. If a client comes in for a pain control session, I will need to disarm them first. Look, before we go into any of the actual change work, whatever, I know you want here to do stop the pain and so on. I just need to understand a little bit more what's going on with you. Is that okay with you?
Sure.
Before, we haven't started yet. So when on a scale of 1 to 10, where is it?
6.
And as you pay attention to it, and then I assume you've done all the pre-frames and stuff like that, has it changed yet?
Maybe it's like a 5.5 now.
Okay, it's fair enough. How do you do that?
I don't know.
And we're straight in, right? I just double-checked. It's already shifted. And by definition, it's already working, isn't it? Oh, you seem to be pretty good at this. Do you think if you wait a little longer, it'll drop a little more?
Yep. It just did.
What is it now?
It's now 4.
Now, this is not unrealistic role play, is it? Because this is the exact same conversation we had over here, isn't it? But the part of it is people have been, especially when they have chronic sufferers of pain, they've had it for so long, it's almost like a defense mechanism. They'll clutch onto it to prove to you that it's real, it's a real thing. I don't need proof. I'd rather have the result. Do you see how that works? So the more casual you can be, the more relaxed about the whole thing, the easier and more naturally it flows. I just want to throw it out there to you guys because I want you to understand that a lot of stuff is possible, but really it's not like take half, now take one half, throw it out the window, now focus on the other half, and that's clunky, that's mechanical. It doesn't work that way. It's very casual. The more casual the reference, the better. I saw this once in that show Big Brother? There's a great example of exactly this sort of suggestion in action. You had the round table, and they were all going to discuss some big thing. And you had the natural leader in the group. Everyone's saying, like, how should we do this? How should we do this? And he goes, well, I think we should all just take it in turns, walk around, and just say what's on our mind. Who wants to go first? Guess who that was? Person sitting right there. Do you know why? I'll give it to you again. What should we do? I don't know. You know what? I just think we should all take it in turns to speak what's on our mind. Did you spot it this time? Now, do you think it would have worked if I said, we should all take it in turns to say what's on our mind? Would that have worked anywhere near the same? Because they become alert to it consciously. It's all those things you do subtly in the background without anyone really paying attention to it that can have one of the biggest impacts. Does that make sense? And once again, do you see this an example how you can't dictate the pace of the change for the client, right? You've got to do it in a way that's safe for them. Have I failed because I couldn't cure it all in one session? No. Does he get frustrated or bored with me for not doing it all in one go? What do you think the chances are of him coming back for a follow-up session to continue this progress? Pretty high, right? Exactly. And also you've seen, this is a wonderful example of this, how each individual has a different capacity for change. And it's not because one's better than another, it's just because Some people have more stuff to release than others do, right? It's not a big deal. There's no judgment or value thing about it. Once again, do you see how this idea of there is a message in the pain, right? It just wasn't the message you thought it would be. So you see how this goes? And how many other of these principles did we end up using other than just the symbolism? The symbolism was the watershed. Then you become a hypnotherapist. Then you do what you've been trained to do, which is you take one step at a time. Whatever comes out, that is the direction you need to go in. Did I have any conception, any idea whatsoever when I began this that this would be the way it would end up? How could I? Now, some of you might be thinking, oh, Igor's a real genius. How do you know that the visualization would trigger all the emotions to do that? I didn't. I have a suspicion if I did it any other way, exactly the same thing would have happened anyway. Or maybe some greater part of me spotted something, and that's why they wait until this point to engage. How do I know? All I know is that I pay attention to whatever's happening, and if the impulse comes, that's the right thing to do at that time. Make sense? So I want you to start thinking about your skill set as a hypnotist. I want you to think about the 4 demonstrations you saw here and what they have taught you. Above all else, I'd like for you to mentally review all your preconceptions about what pain is or used to be and realize whatever you thought pain was, it's not that. And because pain is not what you thought it was, transmuting it, transforming it is a lot easier than most people think. And hopefully you can take this away with you as real skills, as something that is a real force for good in people's lives. And that's exactly what you'll be. So pat yourself on the back, folks, because now you're a real hypnotist that can do something worthwhile. Give yourself a round of applause.